and germs. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny O'Macula.
I'm Spookster Hamilboo.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we die. But it's Halloween week, Hallow Week. And for those of you who have been playing along at home, we are the official curators of hashtag Halloween Creep 2K14. Ladies and germs, the creep done crept. The week is upon us. The devil will feast on our souls.
God is not invited to this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, this is the week. We're 3 days, 4 days out.
Yeah.
It's going to be spooky as fuck.
Yeah. Do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
I do.
I got a really spooky costume. What are you going to be?
Well, Jessica and I are going to do a joint costume.
Yeah. You're going to dress as Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, we're going to she's going to stand on my shoulders and we're going to be just a big old joint.
Yeah, sure.
She's going to be Avril Lavigne and I'm going to be the lead singer of Sum 41.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
My costume is very spooky. I'm going to be Guy Fieri. So look for pictures coming soon.
That's going to...
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, that should just be your look from now on.
Yeah, it should be.
He has a tattoo on his arm.
I haven't started doing research yet.
He's got tattoos because he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that doesn't make him crazy. He has shitty tattoos because he's crazy.
Yeah.
And the one on his arm is like a crazy lady something, and it says Namaste underneath it.
No way.
It's like...
I assume it's like one of the mudflap trucker women.
I mean,
basically,
basically,
like
yeah.
And then, Namaste.
Guy Fieri.
That's
I mean,
very
God,
funny.
we all have bad tattoos, but Jesus, keep them under your socks, right? That's what I do.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, your ankle tattoos.
That's not a joke.
No, it's not. And they like literally say Namaste, but like in Hindu.
I wish they said Namaste. It's spooky, dog.
They say in Hindu they say ride her wet, put her away. What is it?
Put her away dry? What is
Something
that?
like I don't know.
Is
It's
that
like,
a thing?
Ride them hard and put them away wet.
Oh.
It's your tattoo.
Where did you see that?
Where do
Aside from my ankle.
I hear it all the time.
That's definitely a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
On like a Ford Tracker.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like a horse thing, but I don't know.
Ride 'em wet, shoot 'em dead.
Yeah. John Deere.
Ride it like you stole it. Oh, no. I'm not speeding. I'm qualifying.
No, that's a good one. That's a really funny one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Say
Hey,
horse
what
ride
do
a cowboy. What?
What do Pink Floyd and Dale Earnhardt have in common?
Oh, I know. I mean, can I say it?
Yeah,
can
you
I ruin
say
it?
Yeah.
Their biggest hit was The Wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that Roger Waters refused to wear his proper seatbelt.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Yeah.
Anyway, it's Halloween.
It is Halloween.
The ghost of Dale Earnhardt will be haunting this entire podcast. So to mark this occasion, we're going to, instead of using Wikipedia, be using the Unsolved Mysteries Wiki, which is a TV show that was hosted by originally Robert Stack on the Lifetime network, and then moved to did you know this?
No.
After it was on Lifetime, it moved to Spike, which is like exactly the opposite network.
But it makes so much more sense.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, the victims are all women, and
Yeah.
the perpetrators are all men. So
Yeah.
so it's
Let's see
a
if they caught me
completely
today.
different perspective. It's like,
That's really
I
funny.
can't believe this is happening. And then on Spike, it's like, hell
Yeah,
yeah,
she got what she was.
he got away with it.
Yeah, right. It's like guys taking notes.
And then the host changed too because Robert Stack died. I don't know who the new host was, but he was someone who was on like Law and Order or some shit.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I assume it was just like just what's his name from like the Man Show, like Adam Carolla or someone. Here's an unsolved mystery for you. How do I get shred marks out of my underwear?
Oh God damn it! Have you ever skid marks?
Oh yeah, what did I say? Tread marks.
I knew what you were talking about.
Track marks.
Track lines.
I've got a parole hearing coming up.
I can't. I have not.
Well, that's why I wear brown underwear, so I don't have to deal with it.
Nice.
Yeah. Think ahead, folks.
I can't imagine a scenario. Like,
No.
are you pooping in your pants? Are you not?
Sometimes you're just in a rush. You don't get it all.
I am never in that much of a rush.
You got to be in a rush in this day and
In this
age.
fast-paced world.
Yeah, this rat race.
Single mom like you.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta. There's a give and a take. If you want to get your kids over to daycare, sometimes you gotta
Let's get some marks.
just get some marks.
Are you ready?
Yep. I mean, I'm not, but
What if we become
an
the
unsolved
unsolved
mystery.
mystery?
That's a Goosebumps book.
Man House.
The 43rd episode of The Simpsons.
Case. I wish. Case file. Man House. Description. Coming up. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Location.
Maybe it means it's currently happening and someone's like live blogging it.
Someone's being murdered right now.
In the man house.
Location.
Real quick, is man house one word?
2.
Okay.
2 N's too.
Oh.
Man Hounds. Can I tell you the location? I've said location 8 times.
Chesapeake Bay.
Lake Wales, Florida.
Oh.
Yeah. So
All right.
it's
so
pretty close to home.
yeah, Central Florida.
Date 1991.
Okay.
Oh, this is meaty too.
All
I'm gonna blaze through.
Do it.
Maybe I'll cut it up later. Maybe not. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
That's foreshadowing.
But I'll tell you, if anything gets cut up,
It'll be this victim.
Spencer will be found in my freezer. In the fall of 1991, 19-year-old Alan Mann lived with his parents and worked nights. During the day, he was often home alone, but one day, he seemed to encounter a mysterious female spirit. I had the afternoon off, he described. I'd come home and guess it was about 3 in the afternoon. I'd finally gotten some sleep. The figure turned away from the door like it was leaving, and by the time I got up and walked 3 paces to the door, no 19-year-old talks like that, I didn't know what had happened. It just turned the corner and disappeared. He said he looked high and low for the mysterious woman.
He certainly looked high. Oh, it was the craziest thing ever. I came home from my night shift and I was hallucinating and
Wake
saw
and
something.
bake.
Like, that's so far pretty explained.
He said he looked high and low for the mysterious woman. Even though the doors were locked from the inside, she was nowhere to be found. He told, or she had a key, or she was or you're
There's two.
high as
Yeah,
fuck.
one it's his mom, or 2. Yeah, he's like hallucinating because he's been working all night.
He told his mother, Sandra, he thought he'd seen a ghost, but she refused to believe him. Eventually, he married a girl named... Okay. Eventually, this is the same paragraph, too. Eventually, he married a girl named Linda, who also moved in with him. That's bad news. Moving in, like, hey, let's get married and move in with my parents.
Cool.
I assume that's what that means. Shortly after the wedding, Sandra was watching TV with her new daughter-in-law, and they both encountered the ghost. I had my little dog Prince beside me, and he was on a pillow. Okay, she describes it. And I looked down at the end of the couch and saw this white smoky thing. Well, it was a joint. Fuck. The first thing I thought was fire.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because there's a fucking joint sitting on your couch, a lit
blazing.
joint. And by the time the dog had gotten up on his feet, and by that time the dog had gotten up on his feet, and then it just disappeared. Even though Linda hadn't seen the apparition, she was convinced that the house was haunted.
No.
Smoke.
What?
I can't. And,
So they were hotboxing the dog.
Yeah, they were hotboxing the dog. The dog was filled with smoke. It died, and they saw the dog's ghost. Determined to get the scoop, she enlisted a friend with a Ouija board.
Yeah, Ouija board.
And with Alan, they obtained the name
What?
Kramer. But no one knew who that was. Really?
Well, it was 1991.
No. So
it was
like
pre-
season 2, season 3.
Yeah,
so
no one was watching Seinfeld yet.
It was like, okay. And in the first episode, they called him Kessler.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Hey, buddy. Alan's father, David Mann, however, remained a skeptic until one day he was blazing a fatty. And no,
I wish I would say
until
that.
one day he suddenly produced another name. Jeff. What was that? I just said the name Jeff out of nowhere.
Yes,
fuck me.
I am the ghost. My name is Kramer Jeff.
My name is Cosmo Kramer. This is my ghost friend, George Costanza. I stopped right in the middle of the hall, he says. I caught the smell again. Okay, that's sticky weed.
Yeah, you and
First of all, again, there's no other smell being referred to. And I didn't.
Oh
have,
yeah, I caught the smell again.
Yeah.
What was the first time?
I don't know.
Right.
And I didn't have any explanation for it. It's like you get an idea.
I think my son's smoking pot.
Little voices inside your head, like your conscience or whatever it is, drugs. That little voice said that you listen to. It said, "Have you ever heard a little voice in your head?"
Yeah, man, all the time.
Okay, well, you're insane. This podcast is over. It said, "This is Isabella."
Oh, okay, no.
On another night, Alan described Linda suddenly attacking him in their bedroom. She just wanted to get down and dirty. According to him, all of a sudden she just snapped and she got this weird look. She pretty much attacked me. Pretty much. Were you like hitting her?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, she was retaliating. She was laughing. She had some weird laugh I had never heard. It didn't even sound like her. She has this squeaky little giggle, and this was almost an evil laugh, almost. I tried to get away, and it made her get more violent, and she started putting more force on my arms. So I pushed against her, and I slammed her against the wall 3 times. Fuck.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a ghost. I thought she was a ghost, so I beat the shit out of her, officer.
I'm trying to get away as I'm slamming her against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, my wife with... My wife with a squeaky little giggle. Yeah, I beat the shit out of her so she couldn't kill me. That's exactly what happened.
There was a ghost named Kramer Jeff Isabella. You have to believe me.
So I slammed her against the wall 3 times, and she released me. She put her head on my shoulder again and started talking and picking up the conversation exactly where she left off before she snapped. Okay, well, she had like a stroke or something. That's a seizure. You should take her to the hospital. Linda has no memories of the incident. She says, "That's not me. I don't even have an evil laugh. I don't do things that he says I do. That's just not my type. I'm not that type of person. I just don't remember. I promise. I swear. I just don't know what was happening.
Leave me alone.
I never stabbed anyone."
We didn't say anything about stabbing.
The baby died in labor. Realizing the ghost had turned from random
Spork
to dangerous, David consulted a spiritualist,
Did he?
who told them
Let's get a 4th name.
to pour salt all around the house and keep bags of it under their beds and even a homegrown exorcism, but it didn't work. Almost everyone in the family suffered from bad headaches, and they began hearing a whole mass of voices, dull muttering with one woman's voice over top of them, but they could not distinguish anything they were saying. 2 months later, after a visit from a local minister, the haunting appeared to abate, but David and Sandra decided that they wanted to move. As they were packing, Linda was cursing, swearing at the ghost when a light bulb exploded in a nearby unplugged lamp. "I offended the ghost," she comments. That's it. I mean, then there's some background. There are no known records for an Isabella Kramer in the house or neighborhood. To date, no one has answered about who or what haunted the Mann family.
Weird. It's almost as if those names were made up.
It's almost as if they were all high as fuck.
That's unexplained, man.
What would you have to see for you to believe that you saw a ghost?
A ghost?
What would that entail?
It'd have to be like a ghost.
Full corporeal apparition?
Yeah, like a real ghost. If I saw like a real ghost, I'd probably be like, all right.
Like a
ghost.
Like a teardrop shaped
No,
guy with
not
a
an
smiley
alien.
face and
an
big
alien.
eyes and spooky hands.
Spooky hands, gloves.
Yeah.
Like maybe a cane and a top hat.
What
would I need to see?
Yeah.
I would. First of all, I would need to be fully awake,
Sure. Well, obviously.
and I would need to be playing like a video game or something, like with the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
So
mean?
it would have to be like a noon ghost.
Yeah, it'd have to be. Yeah, exactly. It's like 12:30. It's like a Saturday. My laundry's like in the wash.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I mean?
you're just hanging out, and then a ghost is like, "Hey,
Yeah, and
can
then
I
like
get
something.
next game?"
Yeah, exactly. Like something like walks through my door.
That's yeah, probably
Yeah.
for me too.
Okay. I'd have to be like wide awake, focusing on like normal activities in the day, and then see like a dude.
Or like or just like at your office. Like you're at your office, a ghost walks through the wall, and like 40 people around you also see it, and they're like, "Holy shit! Did you guys just see that ghost?" Yeah, we all saw it.
I wouldn't believe it then.
Even if you saw it too,
Yeah.
Why?
I'd be like, this isn't real. This is a prank.
If
So skeptical.
You'd be-
It's so much more believable in my own apartment. Because
Oh,
why would
'cause
someone
you-
go to the lengths to like try to fool me in my own apartment?
Mhm.
But at like an office building, especially like it's like, oh, it's a funny
It's
prank.
a hip company.
It's like a hip company, and like, yeah, we're doing funny pranks for Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't trust anybody or anything, dude. To my detriment. But you know what? I ain't getting spooked. Tell you that much. Did I tell you real quick? Like 2 years ago.
I got spooked as fuck.
Yeah, dude. No, I was sitting on my computer and some guy walked by and he was wearing like you know those pumpkin costumes you might buy for your dog.
Yeah,
he was like wearing one of those.
that's really
so it was
funny.
like really too small for him. And then he like had a conversation with somebody and then walked off. And I was like, you know what? I've never seen that guy before in the office. For all I know, he just wears that pumpkin costume all the time. Like it doesn't have to be for Halloween. Like maybe that's just what he wears.
Or maybe he just wears a different
Dog costume.
gourd for every season. You know, he'll have like a
butternut
summer squash
sure.
and
Yeah, right.
What would you have to see to think that you saw like an alien or a UFO? And by UFO, I don't mean
like I saw a streak of light.
Yeah, well, I mean anything you see that you don't know what it is a UFO.
You mean like,
but like
an
a
actual like a spaceship from an alien?
Yeah.
It would have to be pretty close up, and I would have to not be able to see any like airplane like wings. You know what I mean? It had to be like float. It had to look like not an airplane.
Yeah.
You know.
What about like an alien? Probably the same as a ghost, basically.
Yeah, it would have to like walk into my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But I got next. Yeah, they always want to play video games with me. What do you have like? What would you need to see to believe an alien was here?
I feel like no matter what I saw, I would just be like, no, I'm going crazy. Like I'm going crazy. That wasn't real.
Really?
You know, like
you would doubt your own sanity.
Yeah, I would. I think I would.
Interesting. What do you think about like giant like squids and ocean creatures and things?
What about them?
Do you think that those are like aliens or something?
No, they're just big ass squids.
Do they freak you out at all?
No, because I will never encounter one.
Because you'll never even put yourself in the situation where, yeah.
I mean,
no, I don't even like swimming in the ocean at all. Like at a certain point, you know, where you're like, okay, I've tempted fate. Now I need to leave. It's all fun and games for a second, but then like
those tentacles are long.
Yeah,
they
dude.
will get you.
They will too.
Yeah, I would never. The idea of them, yes, is terrifying.
Yeah.
Very terrifying.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm just never gonna go out into the middle of the water
Yeah.
and go asking for trouble.
Yeah.
You know,
don't go asking for trouble.
What's your favorite monster?
My favorite monster?
And I don't mean like
Frankenstein.
I don't know.
Right.
Well, I mean like Yetis or skunk apes.
Oh, okay. I got you. Skunk apes. Let's see. What is there? What even are there? We got what's some good ones?
Flatwoods monster.
Sure. Yeah. Did you read about the children with black eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kids.
The black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
They're, it was a cool story, but it was a little 2000 and late.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I did. That was really creepy.
Okay.
Kids, I feel like, are inherently creepy.
Kids are super creepy.
Because
kids are my favorite creature.
kids,
that's the creepy and weird.
Kids are creepy because they just say like weird shit.
Can I tell the black-eyed kid story I
Yes.
heard real quick? You may have heard it, but that's okay. So there was a person sitting in their car at the mall, and they were like, balancing their checkbook or whatever it was because it was 1995, and it was it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I read this. I don't like it.
Yeah, and as they're like in their car, like in the driver's seat or whatever, balancing their checkbook, there's like a on the driver's side window, and he looks over, and it was like 3 or 4 kids, and they're like, "Hey, we forgot our money back home. Would you mind driving us 10 minutes down the road so we can get our money?" And he was like, just about to be like, "Yeah, sure, like hop in." And when he happened to notice that all the kids had jet black eyes, and he was like, "Whoa, something's wrong here," and he wouldn't let them in, and they're like, "Please, like just let us in, let us in your car." And he didn't, and nothing ever happened. So he realized like, oh, it must be like they have to be invited in before they can like do whatever it was they're gonna do.
Maybe they were vampires.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's bad news. That's fucking bad news.
That's bad news, man.
I want to believe.
Did I ever tell you? I used to be on an improv team in college where we did a show at FSU. It was like a we were trying to say like, hey, maybe we'll do like a traveling improv,
sure.
and we only did like 2 shows, but one of them was in Tallahassee, so we had to drive there. And on our way back home from Tallahassee, it was 11 o'clock midnight maybe, and I was driving someone's car back home, and we missed the turnoff to the highway,
Mm.
and so we ended up just going down a road and in like the country, but there was like houses and stuff still, and there's like trees like on either side of the road, kind of creating a canopy, and it was dark, and it was like kind of misty, or not misty, but like foggy,
Yeah.
and someone was like, "Oh, this is really creepy," and I was like, "I know it is. Shut up." And as we were driving, as we kept driving, our headlights started to illuminate something ahead of us on the side of the road. And as we got closer, it was like a car with its hood,
No,
raised.
you
like,
keep on driving.
and there was like 3 people outside, like, "Hey, we need help," like waving us down. And you know what I did?
You sped up.
I kept going, dude. I was like, "Nope," drove right by him, dude. Nope, not helping.
No.
It was the spookiest thing I've ever encountered, probably.
I would in that case I would maybe keep driving, but call like
No.
police and be like, "Hey, there are these people that are stranded.
Sure.
Check it out."
Sure.
I would not stop.
Sure. I agree.
You don't
Can't stop.
But
Never stop.
on the off chance that they're not shape-shifting monsters,
Right.
call the cops.
Sure. They're the ones with the guns.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they won't work against the shape-shifting monsters.
Right. We all know that.
But
But at least it's a fighting chance.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not, but
At all. But you feel better in your head
Yeah.
that you did something.
yeah, right. On the off chance that they're not shape-shifting hell beasts.
Right. Which they are.
Yes,
100% definitely hell beasts.
When we were moving to Chicago,
Yeah.
the route that Google told us to take
Mhm.
wound up driving through like the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it was like we had just gotten like into Illinois, and it's still a bit of a ways, or maybe we were in Indiana, whatever, it doesn't matter. We were in the middle of nowhere. It's like midnight, 1:00, and can't see anything. Taking us down all these crazy country roads, just
It shuts off.
rows and rows of corn.
No, dude.
We all lose cell phone service.
No.
So there were 3 of us in the car. All 3 of us lost service, and it was just like, well, I guess we just keep driving.
Yeah.
And I mean, eventually we like made it out to like main road, which was
Sure.
not. And there was like one gas station on the corner, and we were like, "How do you get to Chicago?" That was probably like the most scared I've ever been.
Were you the whole time just waiting for something to run out in front of you through from the cornfield across the street?
It was no good.
That was always one of my fears driving. Because when I driving home,
Even if it was just like a deer or something, like you're fucked.
yeah, right.
But
Those corn deer.
or
No,
whatever,
I
like
know.
a fox or something,
Sure, anything.
or a shape-shifting hell beast.
Yeah, because your bullets don't work on it. That was always one of my big things. Like, what if somebody just ran out from these woods? Like, nothing I could do besides die.
If that happened, if it was like a country road,
Mm-hmm.
a person
Mm-hmm.
ran out into the middle of the road and you hit them,
And like my car didn't swerve, and I just like kept going, kind of a thing.
what would you
I
do?
Yeah, I would keep driving, and I would, if I had the presence of mind to call the cops, I would call them and let them know what just happened, and I'd be like, "Listen, I'm not trying to hit and run. I will come meet you somewhere
at this Walmart,
You're right,
but I don't want to.
but there's no way I'm stopping in the middle of the road or the middle of the night.
I wonder what they would do.
I don't know. I'll let you know when it happens. Yeah, that's always been. I've had that planned out since I was like 16. Like since I started driving, I was like, nope, I'm not stopping. Like,
Yeah, it's bad news. It's
I don't
bad
play
news.
that. I don't play that.
What if it's a trap? What if it was a dummy?
Oh,
Like a mannequin.
Gosh, yeah.
That's insane.
So there's that.
This is a dope grift we're coming up with.
Yeah,
now.
we are. I love this right now.
Okay, so you
Here's a
throw
couple-
like a
yeah.
mannequin or like a real doll. You throw a real doll out into the middle of the road.
Yeah, a waifu.
And and it's like real late,
Yeah.
And the person like, oh fuck, and they hit it,
Oh, sure. Like maybe they haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
They're kind of like dozing off, and
and then
They hit your Japanese body pillow.
You come running out, and you're like, oh, my wife,
my Japanese body pillow.
and then when they pull over, you kill them, and you steal
Yeah, I
their
take their car.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's really no good that comes out of it. So let's say it's the guy himself is the murderer, and you hit the murderer,
Yeah.
or it's a shape-shifting hell beast,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got you right where he wants you now, or it's a previous victim that's being chased out of the woods, and then just the guy's waiting for you to stop and see what. And it's like, oh, I don't want this to happen, but now I've got fresh meat, Now he's got you that way. Well, the last thing I want to do is be chainsaw massacred. I'm just trying to drive to Hardee's, dude. It's late and I'm hungry.
What's like? What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? Was it that drive? Probably.
That was pretty scary. Yeah. When I was like 8 or something, I had a. My mom was like, or she was like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do for your birthday?" And there's this place. I forget what it was called, but you may have heard of it. But it's like on the outside of it, it's got this big wizard. And do you know what I'm talking about?
It's in like Orlando, right?
Yeah, right. So I was like, oh, I want to go to this place.
What the fuck is even inside? I don't know.
Yeah, right. And
I
there's
imagine it's been condemned for like 40
probably
years.
Now, right? But there's commercials on TV, and I was like, oh, the commercials got me. I don't know what the hell it was. And to like I feel like there was like games and stuff, maybe like a low rent Chuck E. Cheese kind of a thing. But to get to that part, you had to go through the haunted house, whatever, and it freaked me out, dude. I could not handle it, and it made me so upset. And it was one of the worst birthdays I've ever had in my life.
Do you remember Skull Kingdom?
Skull Kingdom? What is
that was also in Orlando.
Right by
like
Wet and Wild?
Yeah, it was like a castle with like a skull on the front.
Yeah, we drove by it all the time.
I've never been in, but
no.
It's a haunted family attraction.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I can't think of anything super like spooky that's ever happened to me. I mean, I'll tell you this. Whenever I'm home now,
yeah,
I feel very uncomfortable and unsafe at night in people's homes because everyone's houses are just like in Florida, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Right. So, even if you're in a neighborhood, you're probably still pretty close to woods.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, because it's not the city, nobody's windows have bars and people have like huge sliding glass doors. So like if someone wants to get in your house, they're fully in.
Yeah.
So I don't feel comfortable at all.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like living in Chicago, it's like cool. I live in a huge apartment complex on like some random floor, the 5th floor.
Yeah,
and I'm like in the middle of like if someone's gonna murder you,
they earned it.
They earned it. They earned it, and you deserve to die.
But like in anywhere that isn't a big city,
someone could just be driving by. You know what? I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah,
because his lights are on and I can see him.
You go in, first of all the locks are probably faulty, so you can just open it up. But if not. Every house is just made of windows.
Yeah, seriously. It's crazy.
Oh.
Pro tip, if you want to murder someone in Florida, it's not that hard.
Well, also, it's like legal, so...
Yeah, right. In Florida, it's legal to murder somebody.
Yeah. Florida is the purge.
I just remember something else that was pretty scary.
Lay it on me.
I was at my home alone, and my whole family was gone for whatever reason.
Oh, were they all going on a trip to Paris and you wished that they disappeared?
My family's in Chicago and I'm in New York. No, what is it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And I heard like footsteps on my roof.
Oh, Santa.
And my roof, like we had skylights at my house.
Oh.
So like I was like, oh my God. I was like so scared, dude. And I called my friend Skylar, who was like down the street at the time with my other friend Joel. And I was like, Skylar, you need to come to my house. There's someone like on my roof and I'm freaking out. He's like, okay, just hang on, dude. I'll be right there. And it was like 5 minutes go by, like 10 minutes go by, and I can hear them. And I'm like freaking out, dude. And I call Skylar. I'm like, Skylar, where are you? He's like, I'm almost there. Just hold on.
Was it him?
It turns out it was like him and my other friends like fucking with me.
Oh, God damn it.
Dude, it was awesome. They got me so bad. I was really scared.
That would scare the shit out of me.
And like you said, I was in Florida. There was skylights. I was by the woods. I was like essentially isolated from everybody. Yeah.
I could not handle that. I can remember a lot of times just being home alone.
Yeah.
And just being like, no.
This is no good.
Because houses are big too. Like here. My apartment is, it's a nice size apartment because I don't need a lot of space.
Right.
But I can very easily like see every place.
Right, you can stand in one place and see like in all the rooms. And stuff, right.
And like I have 2 closets, and I look in the closet, and there's nobody in there.
Right.
But in a full house, first of all, you have an attic.
Yeah.
So already there are shape-shifting monsters living in there.
Right.
That's their natural habitat.
Right.
And you've got a million closets, like so many rooms, just any number of places where people can hide.
And like it's so big and spacious, and there's so many rooms and things that like you can't do a full proper sweep by yourself.
Because
I'm gonna check this room out, and then while you're checking the bathroom out, they've snuck out from behind the closet and they've gone to another closet. And
when I was home in September, I was playing hide and seek with my niece, who's like not even 4.
Sure.
I could not fucking find her.
Oh no, dude.
So if this kid,
Right, this idiot
who doesn't, she's probably hiding behind like nothing,
Right,
you know,
she's in
not a broom.
full-
She just stood a broom up and is standing behind a broom
in the kitchen.
I can't find her.
Right.
How am I gonna be able to find a nefarious, shape shifting monster
Right.
that has made itself look
Like a
like
shadow of a coat.
Yeah.
Right. You're dead, dude. Good luck.
I can't imagine ever living in a house again.
Yeah.
Because it's too fucking scary.
Houses are too scary.
Apartments don't get haunted.
They got us, dude. They fully tricked us. The
shape-shifting hell beast's greatest trick
the
is making people move to the city.
the baby boomers, man. No, it's fine. Like you don't need good houses, and
That's it. Baby boomers are the shape-shifting beasts.
Smell you later. But you probably need like crow's bones or something, like not teeth.
Well, I mean,
Or don't you like bury the teeth in
more
your-
crow's bones? I think I have enough crow's bones.
This has been a Peaches and Hot Sauce presentation.
Peaches. Hot sauce. 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 Your peaches.